Hello everybody, Shaven Kongline3639 here. Welcome back to another video. Today in this one it's another deck profile video, and in this one it's going to be Zombie Eldlich. Yes, this deck has gotten a little bit more support with the new Blazing Vortex cards with the Zombie Fusion Eldlich and then Pot of Disparity. Now this Zombie Fusion Eldlich does help the deck a lot. Does it send it to the best Eldlich variant out there? No, not really, but it's still a very good variant. I would say this can at least contend with the others at least. So yeah, this is a really interesting deck that revolves around being in Zombie World with Super Poly and just going to your extra deck more than Eldlich usually does, but you can. It's just still a pretty good variant. If you don't get your zombie monsters, you can just back off the Eldlich core and just kind of go off from there. So without further ado, let's get straight into the card by card. I got the two Eldlich, the Golden Boy, of course. I think everyone knows his effect at this point. You can send him and a spell and trap to the graveyard, destroy one card on the field, then you can spell summon him from the graveyard by sending a spell or trap that's on the field to the graveyard. And then add him to hand and spell summon a zombie from hand, which is usually going to be Eldlich, but you do have other options in this deck now. That's really rare when you talk about Eldlich decks, that you can actually summon something else besides Eldlich off its effect. But yes, you can do it in this deck. I had 2 of 3 is just a little too much. I think 2 is perfectly fine, and I think 1 is just way too low. 3 Uni-Zombie. Now we go into the zombie package. I know Eldlich is a zombie, but this is more the traditional zombie package. 3 Uni-Zombie is absolutely amazing. You want to see this card in hand. It can get you into, if you don't have Zombie World, you can send Banshee from deck, get Zombie World. If you already have Zombie World, you can send Balladorch from deck. It's just a good way to get zombies into the graveyard, especially if you like hard draw Eldlich first turn. You can get rid of him from your hand to the graveyard through Uni-Zombie's effect. It's just an amazing 3 of without a doubt for the zombie core. And then we got Necro World Banshee. Its effect is basically you can banish her from the field or graveyard to activate 1 zombie world from your deck. And then if this card's on the field, zombie world in the field zone cannot be destroyed by card effects, and also neither player can target it with card effects. So basically, it's a good way to put it on field, but you're using it more for its bottom effect to get zombie world out onto the field by banishing itself from field or grave. That's basically all it is for that. If you want to play 2, go ahead. I only do play the 1, but I do find that instance when you're going to that long grind match, they get rid of your zombie world, and you would really want that other Banshee so you can get another zombie world onto field. But I only control 1 because I'm already at 41 cards, and I want to keep the cards as low as possible. I got Glow Up Bloom. It's just the 1 of. If this card's sent to graveyard, you can actually banish this card, add a level 5 or higher zombie monster, which is either going to be your Eldlich or your Balladorch. And then if a zombie world's on field, you can also just, instead of adding it to hand, you can special summon it onto field. That's basically all it is for. You can link it off if you want to, or you can send it through Uni-Zombie's effect. Yeah, so just multiple ways to get it into graveyard. It does have a nice graveyard effect, but I wouldn't say put it further than just 1. I think at 1 it's perfectly fine. Then the last of the monsters is Doom King Balladorch. This is an amazing card, especially with Zombie World onto the field. During the standby phase, if you face up card in the field zone, yeah, that doesn't count Zombie World. If a field zone is on, or a field spell is on the field, it can just summon itself from the graveyard. So let's say you're versing, I don't know, Alistair, or Invoked, my bad, and they have a magical meltdown, you could still special summon this from your grave. Yes, are you going to get its effect off? No, because its effect relies on zombie effects. But it's just another way to get a body on field. And if you don't know, its bottom effect is basically when a zombie monster declares an effect, you can either negate the effect or banish one zombie in the field or graveyard. So yeah, it's a pretty good effect, especially against mirror matches against Eldlich. It can be a really good way to get Eldlich banished and just have them waste resources and try to get both Eldliches your opponent controls off into the banished area. It's a good way, and I think this variant of the deck can really be really good against a mirror match, because again, you're controlling things like Super Poly and stuff. I'm getting a little ahead of myself, but that's it for the monsters. Now on to the spells. We got 3 Zombie World, a very critical card in this variant of the deck. having this on field helps you with your uni-zombie plays, helping you with your Balladorch plays, helping you with Super Poly, which we'll get into, and it helps you with Ice Dragon's Prism as well. So yeah, definitely 3 of, and if you don't know it, basically all monsters in the field and graveyard would just become zombies, and that's about it. And then neither player can tribute summon monsters except for zombie monsters, but no one's really tribute summoning these days. Yes, Drytrons tribute, but they don't tribute to tribute summon, they just tribute to special summon. So there's that. We got the Cursed Outlands, of course, 3 of, a good way to search. Its top effect, you cannot declare attacks except with zombie monsters, does not affect you in any way because, again, you're controlling zombie monsters anyways. So yeah, and then of course, and I think everyone knows its effect at this point, pay 800 life points, add 1 Eldlich monster or 1 golden land from deck to hand, and this card is sent from the spell or trap zone to the graveyard to send 1 golden land or Eldlich card to the, or Eldlich the Golden Lord to the graveyard. Everyone knows the effect. It's a pretty fucking good card, 3 of without a doubt. 3 Super Poly, now the card I was wanting to talk about. This card is amazing for the deck. It's just, with Zombie World on field, this is just a good way to disrupt your opponent. They can't respond to it, which is amazing. If you're in a mirror match, you can use their Eldlich to go into your fusion monster, which is absolutely amazing. Super Poly is one of the best card. Well, I shouldn't say the best. It's one of the best cards in the entire deck. You really do want to see this. Even if you don't have Zombie World, you can still do Mud Dragon plays and stuff like that. So yeah, a pretty good 3 of them. Then I got 3 Pot of Prosperity, another good card that was released in Blazing Vortex. Again, you'd rather not, you would rather banish the card you do not want to see in your extra deck, and then just go straight into 1 card you want to see into hand. Yes, Pot of Extravagance is a little bit cheaper, but Pot of Extravagance is random, and considering I do play one of some of the extra deck cards, I want to play Pot of Disparity because at least I can choose the cards I want to banish it, because even if they negate it, at least I chose the cards I want to banish. This is a good 3 of. You want to see this, especially just to get, if they let it go through, get cards into hand. Basically, it's amazing. This card is expensive though. If you want to do a cheaper version, I guess Pot of Extravagance would be better. You might want to switch up the extra deck a little bit if you want to play that though. Now on to the 1-ofs. I got the Elixir of Black Awakening. It has multiple uses in this variant because, yes, it can summon Eldlich, but if you already have Eldlich on the field, you can summon other zombie monsters off it. That's pretty good. A lot of people forget that Black Awakening has that effect, that you can summon any zombie monster, but if you don't have an Eldlich, then it has to be Eldlich, of course. A lot of people forget you can summon any zombie with it though, because again, people are not traditionally playing the zombie Eldlich. They're using Zodiac Eldlich, so all they're doing with Black Awakening is summoning Eldlich, and that's it. But in this deck, it has multiple uses. If you already have Eldlich, you can go Balladorch, you can go Banshee, you can go Uni-Zombie, a lot of ways to interact with that. 1 Elixir of White Destiny. Again, this is actually just a good 1-of, again, because you have multiple zombies, especially if you have like Balladorch and Grave. They negate its standby effect to summon itself. You can White Destiny get it on field anyway. So that's pretty good. Again, just another good way. It can pull out other zombie monsters if Eldlich is already on the field. So it's pretty good. Yes, it only summons from hand or graveyard, which is unfortunate, but I think this is still a good 1-of. If you want to play 2 Black Awakening, go ahead. But I like the quick play spell to Monster Reborn. So yeah, I like playing just the 1 White Destiny. And the last card for the spells is the 7 Cities of the Golden Land. This is a new fusion, spell for the Eldlich archetype. So during the main phase, you can fusion summon 1 fusion monster from your extra deck using zombie monsters from your hand or field as fusion materials. So you can, again, just basically a poly. Good thing is you can fusion summon any fusion monster. Just you have to use zombie monsters to summon it. So you not only can summon this zombie or the fusion Eldlich, you can also do Dragon Necro Nether Soul. You can do that without a doubt with this card. You're most likely going to the Eldlich fusion, but it just has multiple, it only has 2 options. Well, yeah, it has a couple options you can go through. And then if a zombie monster is special summoned by a card effect, you can target 1 set card in the spell or trap zone. That set card cannot be activated. This is good against another control-oriented back row style deck. Having this effect on field, summon the zombie Eldlich, or not zombie Eldlich, the fusion Eldlich, and then go in 7 cities to make sure one of their back rows don't activate is pretty good. Now they can respond to that, which is unfortunate. But again, that's just another good effect that's on it. But just a one of, because it can be searched out, and you really don't want to be seeing this in hand, because it doesn't have anything in graveyard, unlike the other Golden Lands traps do. So again, just a one of, because you can search it out. Now on to the traps. We got Elixir of Scarlet Sanguini, of course, a 3 of. You can search this out, special summon a zombie from deck or graveyard. Again, this is another thing with Black Awakening. A lot of people forget you can summon any zombie monster with it, but if you don't have an Eldlich monster, you have to summon an Eldlich monster. But if you have other if you already have an Eldlich monster, you have other options to go through. You can, if it's end phase, you can go Uni-Zombie, have that effect ready next turn. You can go Balladorch if you have Zombie World on field. It has multiple options in this deck, in a Zombie Eldlich deck. Then the 3 Conquistador, again, just a more Eldlich package, a nice destruction effect. Again, I think everyone knows Conquistador. 3 Haketo, of course, another good card to have in the deck. Just another Eldlich package card right there, and it's a good way to counteract like Drytrons and stuff like that as well. Then we got Solemn Strike. Yes, Solemn Strike is a good counter trap. A lot of people like to play Judgment as well. Strike is the cheaper option. I do kind of like Judgment better because it prevents back row destruction, but Strike is a cheaper alternative to that, but that can only get rid of special summon monsters. A good way, especially since you're most likely getting rid of special summon monsters, so that's alright with me. Then I got Ice Dragon's Prism 3 of. Now, this card is pretty good by itself. With Zombie World, it's a little better. Because, again, all their monsters in their graveyard on field become zombies. So you can activate Ice Dragon's Prism, take whatever monster you want to banish from the graveyard, and then banish 2 monsters on the field. Because, again, they're both zombies at that point. That's a good thing with Ice Dragon's Prism mixed with Zombie World, is that it can do that combo. You can basically banish anything. It doesn't need to be the same type, because again, Zombie World is already on the field. Now, yes, this does have problem against Drytrons. Even with Drytrons, if you do still have that Zombie World, it comes a worthless card against Drytrons too. It's alright against Drytrons. You're probably still sided out, but it's still okay. I think it's a good 3 of. Yeah, this card is already good by itself, but with Zombie World, it's even better. Then the last card in the main deck is Rivalry of the Warlords. It's a good way to shut down some decks, especially if Zombie World Rivalry Warlords Lockdown could be absolutely amazing. I was versing an Altergeist player with this, and I absolutely pissed him off when I put the Zombie World Rivalry Warlord lock on him. He just got super salty, but it is a lock you can do with this deck. I was still tempted to take out Warlords because, again, it wasn't that good against Drytrons and stuff like that. But it's like, if you get this out at the right time, it can be absolutely devastating to decks. So yeah, I do control 3 of. And that is it for the main deck. It is a 41 card main deck. Now on to the extra deck. I got 3 Eldlich, the Mad Golden Lord. Again, he is another new card that came out, a Blazing Vortex. He requires 1 Eldlich monster and a level 5 or higher zombie monster. So if this card becomes Eldlich, Eldlich the Golden Lord while on the field. Cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. Absolutely amazing. You contribute 1 zombie monster, target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls, take control of it, but you cannot attack or activate its effect this turn, and you can only use this effect once per turn. So it's a pretty good beat stick as well, at 3,800 attack, 35 defense. It's pretty good. It can take monsters a good way. Another good super poly target as well. It's just absolutely, oh my bad, it's absolutely amazing. 3 of as well, because you play Pod of Prosperity, so you're probably going to be banishing 1 or 2 copies of this, but you always want to see at least 1 in your extra deck. I got 3 Dragon Necro Nether Soul Dragon. Again, this is just a super poly target, and that's about it. Its effect is absolutely worthless against, or just in this deck. It's just a super poly target. That's about it. That's all you really got to know, is that it's a super poly target with Zombie World on field. Control 3 of, but at least have 1 in your extra deck if you activate Pot of Prosperity. Then you got the 2 Starving Venom Fusion, a card that can be pulled out in the main deck if you want to, but it can also be a Super Poly target as well, because it only requires 2 Dark Monsters on the field. I do only control 2 of it, because, again, it's just, you don't want to play 3 of it, because it's not as important as Eldlich the Mad Golden Lord or Dragon Necro Nethersoul, so just a 2 of. And then I got 2 Mud Dragon Swamp. Again, this is just a purely Super Poly target, and that's only if you don't have Zombie World on the field. That's the only reason why this is in the extra deck, is if you have Super Poly, but you don't have Zombie World, and that's about it. But it could be banished fodder for Pot of Prosperity if you want to. Now on to the one-ofs in the extra deck. 1 Link Karibo. Again, this is just so you can link off Glow Up Bloom if you get into that situation. 1 Avendred Savior can be a really good effect if you use it at the right time. Let's say you don't have Zombie World, you link into this effect, attack, and then activate its effect, get Banshee into Graveyard, and then the monster will lose attack times the level, or based on the level times 200. So if it's Banshee, it'll lose 800 attack, because 4 times 2 is 8, and it'll lose 800 attack. Unfortunately, that doesn't go for defense as well, but that's okay. It does have a top effect where you can target 1 Vendread card in your graveyard, add it to your hand. We don't control Vendread, so that's okay. And then the 1 Vampire Sucker as well, just another link to Zombie. And then XYZ Monsters, Super Dreadnought, Rail Kingdom, Gustav Max, and Constellar Pleiades, just with your Eldlich package. Super Dreadnought can be a good way to close out games, and Constellar can go with the Golden Land trap cards to get into this, and then return 1 card on the field back to the hand. Could be really good. Side deck, I mean, this can literally be anything, but I do have 3 Judgment, 3 Heavy Storm, 4 kind of like control mirror matches, 3 Compulse Evacuation Device. This is a weird side deck choice, but I did choose it. You can replace this with something else. Summon limit, it really is a hampering thing to the deck because you do summon more than 2 times. It's not the worst thing in the world if you see this, but like if you're versing Drytrons, it might be a good thing to side against them. And then Inzector Border, again, just another good card to go against combo decks. Not in the main though, but is a very, very confusing but good card. So that is it for the main deck. Now let's get into some examples. Now, this is just an example against a bot. This is just to show you what the deck can do, because I know going online will take a little too long. A computer just speeds it up a little faster. So if you do have the option to go first, do choose to go first. That is why Zombie World Super Poly is absolutely amazing, especially with this hand. We'll go Zombie World. We'll set, if he has fucking Harpy's Feather Duster, I swear to fucking God. And we'll keep 1 in hand for the discard of Eldlich, and we'll just pass it back to him. Oh, okay, this is the Tier 0 Zodiac bullshit again. Okay, so he activates a Barrage, get Rapier, do your bullshit. Okay, yeah, go ahead, do your thing. We'll just wait until we think we're... no, keep going. I know I can activate Super Poly here, shut up. I know. So we'll just keep waiting. He's going to get a Rapier back. Rapier's effect. This is the reason why Rapier is limited to 1 and probably should stay limited to 1. Oh, he had the other one in hand. Broad Bull. Sure. That seems like a bad idea, but we'll let it go through. I'm waiting for Trident to hit the field. There's the boy. We'll go Super. And then we'll destroy what? Can I please change Super Poly? Discarding Eldlich, and we'll go you and you to go into... Unfortunately, Zombie World will get destroyed still. Hey, but we got the zombie... you had a fucking kaiju? Oh, that's still fine. I don't give a shit. That's a... Okay. Oh, really? You've already wasted all your Zodiacs. Oh, wow. He's doing this bullshit. How about you get the hell out of here with Strike? Thank you. We'll go Scarlet Sanguini effect. We'll summon... Actually, we'll just summon Eldlich from deck. I think I can actually win here. I don't think I have a... Oh, dude. White Destiny, too. That's actually fucking brilliant. We'll go... Sanguine effect. We'll go and set ourselves... Conquistador, I think, in this case, is actually good. And then we will go ahead, set the White Destiny, and then activate Eldlich effect Engrave. Sending the White Destiny, getting Eldlich back, summoning himself. This is just typical Eldlich plays at this point. Activate the White Destiny, we'll set Haketo. there anything else in there? Ah, that sucks. Oh wow. Okay, this is definitely game. So if this doesn't finish him, which I think it does. Oh yeah, it does. So that's pure game. Just kind of control the board. Super Poly was fucking brilliant in that case. So if you guys did enjoy the video, please leave a like and subscribe for more content. I do upload every day except for Sundays. I hope I can see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.